Greetings of the day, students. Welcome back to our handling classes. So, in the previous class we have completed the first lesson, the wrong man in the workers' paradise, right? So now it's the time to have a discussion on our next lesson, that is the Elixir of Life, written by C.V. Raman. So, already you know who is C.V. Raman? Yes, one of the most famous physicists of India is the C.V. Raman. Already you know, and C.V. Raman also has secured Nobel Prize, in the stream of physics, right? So now, what we can have the discussion before we go into the textbook lines and all. Yes, first we'll understand. Yes, what is elixir? What is elixir? Elixir means what? Right? So elixir means it is a liquid substance with a magical power to prolong, yes, the life indefinitely. Already the meaning is given behind in the glossary. Yes, elixir means what we can call the amruta. Amruta, already you know what is amruta. Yes, you might have seen in many old movies. If anybody gets the amruta, they will be immortal. Immortal means they will be not having a death, right? So like that. Here we are talking about this C.V. Raman's article, the Elixir of Life. In this article, we are going to look about which is the real elixir of life. Real elixir of life, which is the real elixir of life we are seeing. Okay, let's without making any delay, we'll begin the lesson. Okay, man has through the ages sought in a vein. Yes, here the meaning of in the last class also I told you. Now also I am saying you. When you will be listening to me, when you will be watching the video, please have your textbook with you. And now what you need to do, have a pencil. Whenever I give a new words, you mark and get the meanings. There you write. Okay. Man has through the ages sought. Here sought. Sought means what? Seek, sought. Search. Sought means what? Search. Search in vain. In vain for an imaginary elixir of life. Here, vain. What do you mean by vain? What do you mean by vain? Vain means what? Useless. Useless. Okay? Useless imaginary elixir of life, the divine Amruta, to confer immortality. Immortality. Confer means what? Grant. So, in the first line, what are we understanding? The human being, what they are doing, since a long time, what they are doing? They are searching for the divine Amruta. Divine Amruta, and that is, that is not going to happen. That's a useless work what they are doing. Yes, why they are doing? To get the immortality. Immortality means they wanted to be on this earth permanently. Okay? But the true elixir of life lies near to our hands, for it is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. But according to the C.V. Raman, yes, what he says, the true elixir of life is nothing but the commonest, the substance which is available for everyone. That is the water. That is the water. Next, we'll go to the second paragraph right now. I remember one day. Who remembers? C.V. Raman remembers. I remember one day standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. Right? So, one day C.V. Raman was standing in a line. That line was separating the Libyan desert from the Nile Valley. Nile Valley in the Egypt. Yes? Now, on one side was the visible a sea of billowing sand without a speck of green or a single living thing anywhere. visible on it, while on the other side lie one of the greenest and most fertile and densely populated areas to be found anywhere on the earth, teeming with life and vegetation. So what he had seen there when he was standing, what he had seen something like, one side is the Libyan desert and another side is the Nile Valley. The Nile Valley was full of people and green and vegetation, lot of things was there. So here nothing was there. Nothing was there except the sand. Yes, this is all happened because of, we'll see why because this is all happened. Right? And here you can understand the meaning of the word billowing. Billowing means spreading all over the area. Yes, spreading over a large area. Shall I write it? Yeah. Billowing. Yes, also you can find the meaning behind the glossary. Billowing. Right? And teeming. Teeming means full of. Full of. See, this meaning is given in the glossary. You can check it out. And teeming means what? Full of. Full of. Okay, and let's see why. Teeming with the vegetation. What made this wonderful difference? Why? It is the water of the river Nile flowing down to the Mediterranean from its sources a couple of thousands of miles away. So, one side nothing was there, only the sand was there. Another side full of people, teeming with the people and vegetation. Right? So, what made this difference? Yes? C.V. Raman's question is, what made this difference? What made? That is none other than the Nile River, which comes from the Mediterranean Sea, from its source. It means what? The Nile River gets back there, and that from it reaches Egypt. For 1,000 miles away it reaches. Okay, it means it travels 1,000 miles to reach Egypt from the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, now geologist tells us that the entire soil of the Nile Valley is the creation of the river itself. So geologist means what? The one who study about the earth and its substances, right? So called geologist. So Bhuvigyan will be called, right? And tells us that the entire soil of the Nile Valley is the creation of the river itself. That geologist tells us that the Nile Valley in Egypt that was created by the river itself. Which river? Nile River. And it was brought down as the finest silt in the flood waters from the highlands of Abyssinia and from the remote central Africa, and laid down through the ages in the trough through which the Nile flows into the sea. So what they are saying, while the river was moving, flooding, what it was doing? It had brought the finest silt. Silt means what here? The mud. Right? Okay? Finest silt means very fertile or rich, silt. It carries while it was moving. Where? From Abyssinia, from the highlands. It means what? The highland, or you can say some hills, from the hillside of the Abyssinia and from the remote central Africa. While reaching to the Egypt, the Nile River brings lot of finest silt. Okay, through the trough, TROUGS. Trough means what? The canal or a channel through the water passes or moves. Yes, there it brings the finest silt and gives them. Okay, and the Nile flows into the sea. Egypt, in fact, was made by its river. A geologist says the Egypt, it is made by its river only, and its ancient civilization was created and it is sustained by the life-giving waters which come down year after year with unfailing regularity. So what they say here, yes, the entire Egypt, or the already Egypt civilization, it is the very oldest civilization of the world, and it is created by the Nile Valley, and it is sustained. Sustained means what? It still is there, it still existed because of what? Yes, every year without failing the river is coming and it is bringing everything to them. Okay, that's what it is there. Now we'll go to the fourth paragraph. I give this example and could give many others to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our day life is the most potent and the most wonderful thing on the face of our earth. So what he says, so he has just given about the Nile Valley. C.V. Raman has just given the example to us to emphasize the importance of the water, to tell us the importance of the water, and to tell us what potent means what, the capacity or the power what the water actually has. Okay, to show that he has given that example. Here also says, it has played a role of vast significance in the shaping of the course of the earth history and continues to play the leading role in the drama of life in the surface of our planet. What he says, to create our history from the, you can say, till today we really depends on the water, right? To create the history of the earth and to sustain that, continue to have that continuously, which plays the important role? The water plays the important role. Yes. So we'll discuss about the remaining things in the next class. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paragraphs we have discussed. The remaining paragraphs we can discuss in the next class. Okay. Thank you for watching this video, students.